Have you ever found yourself in a conversation and thought, I wish I didn't say that? Raise your hand if you ever said something that made you regret. Would it be nice to always communicate consciously so people don't misinterpret you? Content share and fellow conscious communicators. Communication is a big part of our lives. We communicate with our family, friends, and even strangers on the internet. But how many of us are conscious about the way we communicate? But first, what is conscious communication? There seem to be many definitions of it. But for me, personally, I feel that conscious communication is our ability to clearly, respectfully, and compassionately communicate with ourselves and others. Especially since nowadays social media has become such a big part of our lives, it is very important for us to learn conscious communication, otherwise we'll be easily misunderstood. I remember back when I was in elementary school, a fellow classmate came up to me and asked, "Dude, will you come with me to see these girls? They got mad at me because I reacted to their posts." Even though I didn't know the full details of her situation, but I went with her anyways. It turned out that my classmate clicked on the wow button on the post, and they didn't like that. Somehow, they thought it was offensive. I tried to talk to those girls, sincerely explained that my classmate didn't mean it in a negative way. And when they spoke, I listened respectfully and tried to understand their point of view. It took us a while, but we managed to resolve the issues and walk away without any incidents. But when I got back home and told my parents, my dad was furious. He said, "Why would you put yourself in that kind of situation? You could have been hurt." I told my dad, "Because I believe in something. I believe that I could help her. I believe that if I could communicate clearly, respectfully, and compassionately from my heart, I can prevent the violence." That's why conscious communication is extremely important in today's world. We should always think clearly, respectfully, and compassionately every time before we communicate. As His Majesty, the late King Bhumibol words, thinking is an important first step of communication and action, because everything we do and say comes from our thoughts. Thinking before speaking prevents us from saying inappropriate things. Ladies and gentlemen, conscious communication is essential in our society. Imagine if everyone spoke clearly with compassion in their hearts. There would be less fighting and more cooperation, and that had to start with each and every one of us, making a conscious effort to communicate better. Let's all commit to be the change we wish to see. By starting from our own words, together we can make a difference and move closer to world peace, one conversation at a time. Content share.